So, this past week has been a very, very busy week for me. So, the main thing that I did was I needed to write an introduction. The professor wanted me to read all of the all of those papers that I had sorted and write an introduction for them. So that's what I was trying to work on. So I did that some, but I wasn't able to read all 50, 60 some odd papers in the time that I had. Part of it's my own fault for trying to go to Animazement and do other stuff too. But I also need to, anyway, I also didn't have the inline references that he wanted me to have for my introduction. That was something I had intended to go back and fill in later. I usually do that when I'm setting up my references because I try to put my references in the order that I use them, but he wanted them to be in place now. So I basically disappointed him pretty badly, I think. But he wants me to go back through and write introductions for each section now and have inline references for each of them. So I can do that for a couple of them really fast, because there's just not much that's written. And for the others, I mean, I've not read in great detail all of them. When I say read, I don't mean looked at the words and they went in my brain. I mean looked at it and analyzed it and went through their numbers, because people sometimes will try to dress things up very pretty with their language and they'll say, "We believe that X was great." They'll tell you things like, "Oh, our device worked," but what are they comparing it to? What is their measure? And sometimes you have to, it's not even reading between the lines. You have to go through their numbers to see what it was that they were comparing, because they don't explicitly tell you. Like, there was one paper in particular that said, well, our device is a success. But what were they comparing? They were comparing a device that was supposed to capture and concentrate some wind energy so that their turbine could collect it. And what what were they comparing? Well, they were comparing the naked turbine to the turbine if it were in their device, the actual performance. So it's like, yeah, it technically works, but that's not really a reasonable comparison, because that's not how you would have set things up if you were going to try to harvest that wind. You would use a turbine that was designed to work in that kind of wind. So, sometimes you have to read very deeply and carefully when you're reading these academic papers. But I also had a poster submission that I needed to prepare for. So the professor wants me to participate in the poster competition at the AES Summit, and I'm going to do so. And I have my project now very, very, very clearly defined. So I'm studying cross-section areas, and I'm also trying to make sure I understand how that's going to impact my the throat of my nozzle. So I'm I'm comparing cross-sectional areas right now, which seems really trivial, but I haven't done it yet. He seems to have given me an easy softball thing, and I don't know. I'm sure I'll find some way to mess it all up. But that's where I am right now. I also signed up for a C Sharp game programming class. I saw it on sale for like 15 bucks, and I said, well, I'll just blow that and not even think twice. So I signed up for that, and I've actually caught up with where they are right now in 2018. They put it on sale because they were updating it for this year, and they wanted to get new people to sign up for it so that the update would matter. So that was nice. And oh, that's the other thing. Laptop. I got my laptop's video card working again. So it's working again for now, but I think the video card is what produced a lot of heat previously. So I'm trying to keep my eye on it and not let it overheat, especially when I have it sitting on my bed, because that doesn't let it vent. I don't normally put it on my bed though. I use my laptop like on a hard surface normally. So I rambled. This is much longer than it was supposed to be, but I finally have my laptop working again the way it's supposed to be working. I'm doing some job stuff, and I'm I'm reading some more because I seem to have disappointed my professor. But we have a big meeting tomorrow morning with somebody who seems to be kind of important. I'm mostly just the face in the crowd, but I may have to say a few words about what I'm researching, so I've been trying to practice that. Anyway, I guess that's everything for this week. It was June 4th, 2018. And it's been another week.